It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with the grand reveal in Encinitas Phase 2. And this was a 4-day project with a full crew. And probably should have been 5, but in true Design for Serenity fashion, Team DFS knocked it out of the park. And the client is gobsmacked. We're thrilled. Um, what a challenging little space this was with all of the existing hedges and trees and neighbors and fences and levels and layers, and it looked small. When I walked it in the initial consultation, I thought, oh, especially with all the trees and shrubs and stuff in it, I thought, oh yeah, this is nothing, but it's bigger than it looks for sure. So this was so many plants, honestly, guys. I mean, it's worth counting and doing a contest, because it would blow your mind how many plants were pressed into service in this installation. Um, but it is just so beautiful. What succulents
Would you be able to send that video to me?
can do.
Surely, yeah.
Oh, absolutely, yes, of course. You got it. Um, our client said, would you be able to send that video to me? So cute. She can absolutely have the video. Anywho, so I mentioned this before, but it's worth repeating, the Synodenium grantii, and what a great idea those are if you have competing shrubbery.
Can you point up to them?
Yes. These guys here. Now, this is a euphorbia. Grows real fast. It's very sensitive to cold, and it will drop. It's not it's not hardy, and it will drop its leaves if it gets chilly. But here in Encinitas, where it's pretty mild and temperatures don't generally get that low, it should stay in leaf year round. And it's just a phenomenal plant against all that green. Another thing too, this area here, the borrowed landscape, is so pretty, isn't it? And I was talking to the client about these bushes and how I think pretty soon, when the neighbor's landscape gets a little more mature behind those bushes, those could come out, and that would open up some wonderful real estate for more succulents. But for now, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. Am I going to put mulch down? Am I going to put DG down? Am I going to top dress under the bushes? And Greg suggested just top dress. And I said, okay, I love it. I think it looks so good. And with this California gold 3/8 and just a few little pieces of rubble and some small boulders, I think that's just, the best that we could hope for there.
You didn't put any black over here in this.
Yes, and my black is only in 2 locations in my money areas that are viewed from inside the house as you walk in the front door and you look through where the fountain is. The rest of this, I did not do a black overcoat because of the detritus from all the bushes and shrubs. And they have a large dog. She's very sweet and well trained. And this is her toilet area. So I did 2 urns, and we staged a few flagstones. Another thing the client said, now that we have all the furniture out and staged and all, she thinks she might like to see more pots. So when we do that, I would also suggest that we extend the flagstones a little deeper around this corner, and maybe even look into doing some screening back here too, because it's kind of a nothing burger area, but we want it to be attractive from this perspective. So I used about 1/4 yard of black 3/4 to do my little overlay here. And normally I go 1s, 3s, 5s, but this time 2 areas felt best. This area we blew out in a huge amount of tapestry. It's going to be insanely beautiful as it matures, as is the area on the other side that hosts the fountain. Lots and lots of tapestry there too. So be sure and stay tuned for the first maintenance. Should be really fun on this one in a year to see how things have really matured and grown in. Another plant that I used this time that I don't generally use is Calandrinia. Calandrinia spectabalis is a plant that isn't really much to look at in my opinion, but the flowers, it gets these pretty pink tall flowers, wavy flowers on it that are beautiful, and it blooms all through the warm months. So I planted it in such a way that you don't really see it. Other things kind of take center stage so that you don't see it really. It's not, you know, in your face, but when it flowers, when it blooms, and you can see this one here on the end is getting ready to throw off some blooms.
Look, there's one. There's a bloom.
Oh yeah, there's a pink one. It's so pretty. So it'll just be covered in those pink flowers. So that can be a fun one. Particularly this was a fun elevation because it's literally eye level when you're out here, which is really cool. So it required a little special treatment in terms of design. You'll notice that I was also sparing in my Portulacaria. I didn't do a ton of it. There's only one presentation on this upper wall for spill because I didn't want to overpower this. Restraint, I'm getting better, right? So much better at that. So yeah, those were the takeaways. The client had these two sad little terracotta pots. So I brought a couple little cactus from my garden and planted them for her. And those are extremely adorable. Yeah, be sure and let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this installation, and stay tuned. The next is going to be a gigantic slope in Santee. It's going to be the longest project we have ever done at once. We're going to be on that job for 12 days. So thoughts and prayers, please. It's going to be something else, and that'll be... Yeah, I know. We did this in 4. Think what we can do in 12, right? But yeah, that one's going to be a really interesting one for you to see because it is a big slope and there's a pool involved. So those are some challenges that we will navigate, and I hope to give you lots of inspiration and ideas for your own yards and your own gardens. This has been me. Thank you so much for following, for watching. I love you guys so much. You're all so great. We'll catch you in Santee. Have a good one. Bye, guys.